Hi, everyone. Hi, it's Tuesday. The obvious thing is one day from Monday. We're still early in the week. Lots to think about, lots to take action on, and lots to acknowledge as ourselves as powerful, powerful creators. So in the chat today, I asked you a question. I said, what gets in the way of creating your end result of what you love? And sometimes there's these obvious answers that pop into our heads about what that might be. Procrastination, fear, doubt, got better things to do, time, not enough time, priorities. I have priorities or different priorities that just are more important than doing what I love or being in the end result of what I love. I used to think those were the answers. And then the next thing I would do is try to resolve those answers. So I would try to create and try to make more time, or I would try to find ways to diminish the fear, or I would sign up for a class about getting more worthiness, because I thought, oh, worthiness is getting in my way. And I chuckle because it's just a lot of not true stuff. None of those things. I mean, they're part of the puzzle, but they're not the culprit behind why we, you, whomever, is not in the end result of what they love. So here's the answer. And I'm just going to take a sip of tea before I give you that answer. So the answer is structure. And you might be thinking, what the heck is structure? That sounds weird. That's just one word. What does that mean? So I'm going to share with you some little insights about structure and what structure is. Basically, it's anything that has parts that work together. So a really good example is like a building or your house. I'm sitting in a house right now, and my house has a ventilation system. It has a heating system. It has electricity. It has rooms. It has stairs to get to the basement, come back up, things like that. It has doors. So it's a thing, it's a house, and it has all these parts that are interacting together to create a house. And so that's an example. That's a really simple example. It could be a lamp. It could be a pencil. So it's a pencil, and the pencil has an eraser, and it has lead in here, and it has this spring action that brings the lead out so that you can write with it. So that's another example of a structure. It's a pen. So the one structure that I'm really interested in sharing with you today is the structure of how you're building your life. That's a structure. So there's lots of parts in the life building structure. I'm just checking my notes because I don't memorize everything in the world, but this is an amazing topic. I mean, this is the key to everything. It's one of the most overlooked unknowns, actually, I would say. It's the most overlooked and unknown aspect of living. And I'm really excited to bring it to you because when I finally kind of discovered this and started to work within a creative structure, that's when everything started coming together. So I want to share that with you as well. So what are you trying to build in your life? So wealth, health, relationships, a good partnership, a family, a business, a small business, a big business, whatever those things are that you're creating, that you're putting your focus in your life to create, that's a structure. So I'm going to kind of outline a couple of structures the parts within that life building structure. So there's 4 parts in that life building structure. Okay, there's the current reality. So it's where you are right now. No judgment, no nothing. It's just, this is where I am right now. The second part is what your desired reality is. So what do you want? What's your truest, deepest desire? What are you kind of running after? What's in the vision of your mind of where you see yourself? And what is that? And then the third part is, what is your existing identity? So, I mean, it's not a question, it's just, there's an existing identity that's sort of wrapped up in this structure. And then the fourth one is the actions that you're taking, right? The actions. So the first one is your current reality. What's the reality right now? There's just, what is it? Really simple. What's the reality that you want, your desired reality? Because we all have a vision of what we want, right? And we think we're moving towards it. We always kind of think we're moving towards it somehow. I mean, honestly, that's what we're doing. We're in pursuit of that thing, that desired reality. And then there's the identity that's present within the structure. How do you see yourself? What are you internalizing every day? And because of that, what's coming out as a result of that? And then fourth, or what are the actions that you're actually taking inside that structure that bring you either towards your end result or they're not. So it's just actions. It doesn't matter if what they're doing, they're just actions that are being taken. So those are the 4 main parts of a life building structure. It's kind of what you're building your life with, how life is kind of materializing, the quality of your life, that kind of thing. So beautiful. Isn't that amazing? I just love it. It's just so clear, so clear. And so these 4 parts, the reality, the current reality, the desired reality, the identity that's present, and the actions that you're taking inside there, those are always present, no matter what structure you're in. No matter what, they're always there. They're always interacting with each other. Push, pull. This kind of leads into the next place that I'm going into, the next kind of idea, where this leads, more or less. There's 3 types of structures that we can be in general. Most of us, if we surveyed everybody in the world and asked, which structure do you feel like you're in, they would choose 1 or 3 of these structures. It's very straightforward, actually. The first structure, one of those structures, is a stuck structure. So it's kind of like, I don't know, the image that comes into my mind is you have a big pot of cement and there's a stick in it and the cement dries and you try to pull the stick out. Nothing's happening. Nothing's gonna happen, right? It's really in there, it's solidified. So there's no movement happening whatsoever. And in the context of moving towards what your dream is, what your end result, being in what you love, it's not happening, basically. No actions being taken towards that. The second one is an oscillating structure, and that's where you're in your current reality. You have a vision. You're taking steps. There are things that you are doing. You are taking action, and you get somewhat close to it, and then it kind of swings back into not having that end result reality, right? The desired reality. So you're almost there, you swing back. So you have this kind of oscillating movement energy that kind of, you're taking actions, you're feeling some brave, fearlessness, all this stuff, you do it. And then there's this sort of this like drawback, this swing back. That's the second type of structure. The third type is a flow structure. So you can just imagine just like a waterway, a stream. This is flowing. If something falls into the stream, like a stick or a branch, the water just goes around it. and it just keeps flowing in its desired direction. It's very easy. It feels like ease. It feels flowy. It can feel spacious. So that's in the context of being in the, or creating, being a powerful creator in this structure, is you are taking action and there's a constant flow, and there's nothing in particular that's stopping you from taking action. There might be things that come up, fear, doubt, judgment, any number of things, procrastination, whatever that is. Those things will still show up. They're natural experiences of living and humanity, but they're not stopping you from getting to the end result. So there's flow. So those are the 3 types of structures that I wanted to share with you. So beautiful. And something to contemplate, right? What structure are you in? What felt resonant with you when I mentioned those structures? Is it the stuck one? Is it the oscillating one? I personally resonated with the oscillating structure. That's the one that I was in. I have achieved amazing things in my lifetime. I'm an inventor. Maybe you didn't know that. I brought a product to market and produced it and sold it in stores. An invention, a product that I made myself. I had incredible successes. I was one of the top fastest women in my country. I'm from Canada. I was at one point the 3rd fastest woman in university in my country. Yeah, I did amazing things. I performed really well in all of my corporate careers. But at the heart of all those things, as soon as I would get to this sort of this spot of success, there'd be this oscillating swing back into a place that was not in that end result. There would be these internal patterns and feelings, fear, worthiness, all those things that would lead me in a different direction. Because as soon as I would get close to what I really wanted, those patterns would pop up and pretty much self-destruct the whole thing. So that was my structure. It was an oscillating structure. I would create and experience and do incredible things. And then it would be the swing back into not where I want to be, because within that space between the current reality and the reality that I wanted, I was still making choices that were not aligned with my end result. I was making choices that resolved the pain and fear, the worthiness, the unworthiness, whatever that was that came up. I was making choices to resolve those instead of making choices to focus on the end result. So that is a little bit of what I wanted to bring to you today. It's so powerful. It's so powerful. This is a game changer to really start to get into the cognition of this concept, and then to contemplate it, feel it inside yourself, in your body, your heart, and get a sense of which type of structure that your life building structure right now is in. Because the goal is to be in flow. And maybe you're a little bit in flow. Maybe you know, I'm in flow. Okay. Do you have everything? The pentap, the absolute, whatever the word is. I like to make up words sometimes, but what is the most spectacular, mind-blowing end result, amazing reality that you want to be living And are you there yet? And could you do something to get there? Maybe where you are is just okay, amazing, but it could be even better, right? So there's different layers of where we are in these structures. So I wanted to introduce this to you today because this is so key. And I'm going to be introducing all the different aspects and details and going deeper and deeper. So each week I'm going to be bringing more of this to you, and it's really exciting. And then we'll see what happens after that. Yeah, let me know. Post here in the Facebook discussion group here. What type of structure do you think you might be in? And it's okay. I was very happy pointing out that I was in an oscillation structure. 100%. And I think it's beautiful, and it's not our fault. 100% not our fault. You know, we begin very young. By the time you're 7 years old, all of your perceptions, beliefs, understandings of the world are set, done. So we are very much influenced by the family we're with, the community, the school we're in, our friends. So there is a tremendous amount of influence that's happening and shaping us. And so the structure that we're in is not your fault. It's not our fault. It's not my fault. It's just us naming it for where we are right now, and then doing something about it, which is the exciting part. Because when you start to see your desires and your desired realities start to come into shape, man, is it exciting. It is so exciting, and it's energizing, and it feeds your structure, your creative structure. So that's what we want to be in, right? The creative structure. You're a creative superpower. You really are. You can make worlds, planets, galaxies if you chose it. That is no joke. And so that's the energy. Those are the fields that we're working within. And this is just the first part, this whole idea about structure. This is the first kind of starting place, the little stepping stone, the first one into massive, massive, beautiful life that you're going to be living. So enjoy this contemplation about which structure you might be in. I know you want to be in the creative structure because it's really fun. Post it in the discussion. Any questions, any thoughts and insights that you get, share them, because we all learn from those. And I love them so much. And I will see you next week. And yeah, post anything you want in here. It's exciting. I mean, this is for you to share and to celebrate being in our end result of what we love. And that's really, really exciting. And I will see you soon.